So recently an Australian retailer reached out to me and asked if they could send me something to review. And here it is, it's arrived. So it's unboxing time again. Let's see what we've got to have a look at. Oh, bubble wrap. More bubble wrap. More bubble wrap. Oh, here we go. And more bubble wrap. Oh, okay. So, what we've got here is the Feltvogn Recon Troop for Nordic Forces. So that's not something I would have bought. So thank you to Gold City Computers who sell Battlefront, Flames of War and Team Yankee stuff within Australia. They've sent this through. Let's take a look. Stick with me. This is TNOBX03, the Feltvogn Recon Troop for Nordic Forces in Team Yankee. While new tanks and APCs grab the spotlight, this box set is a fun release for Nordic Forces, operated by both Norway and Denmark. Feltvogn means field car in Norwegian, and this box contains parts for 5 resin-and-metal vehicles. The Mercedes-Benz 240 GD Gelandewagen or G-Wagen is a light utility vehicle. Development began in 1972, designed from the outset as a military 4x4 vehicle. Entering production in 1979, the G-Wagen was widely adopted. A number were used by Argentina in the Falklands conflict, with captured examples going on to serve with the Royal Air Force. Germany used them as the 240 GD Wolf, replacing the Volkswagen Iltis. As a utility vehicle, the G-Wagen fills many roles, from simple transport, armed reconnaissance, through to a weapons carrier. The vehicle has gone through various models, remaining in production for over 30 years. It also proved popular on the civilian market. Production was slated to end in 2005. But this decision was cancelled after Mercedes received orders from the United States Marines and Australia. The Marines operate them as the interim fast attack vehicle, and Australia is adopting them in numerous roles under the Land 121 program, replacing our ageing fleet of Land Rovers. Australia was one of the first adopters of the 6-wheel version. The G-Wagen has served all over the world, in service with nearly 50 countries. This includes major nations, but also serves in smaller militaries like Cameroon and East Timor. Even Russia and North Korea are listed as operators. If we look at the back of the box, there's an exploded assembly diagram as well as some images of the completed kit. The full image shows the TOW missile-armed vehicle, while the insets show the MG-armed variants. Both 50 cal and 7.62mm guns are included. Let's look at the kit. As I said, this is a resin-and-metal kit. You get parts for 5 vehicles. Parts count is low, with each vehicle consisting of a one-piece hull, 4 wheels and a gunner figure. The hull is resin. This version looks like a hardtop 240 GD with a gun ring on the rear roof. Moulding looks okay, nice and sharp. The metal wheels are keyed to fit into grooves on the hull's wheel wells. I've had variable results with resin hulls and metal wheels. Some have been okay, others have required just pouring superglue into the kit until things sort of stuck. I'm looking at you, resin BRDMs. Hopefully these will fit well and not require me to sand the finished vehicles to stop them rocking on misaligned wheels. Always a risk. Then we come to the figures. These are metal figures. You get 4 TOW missile firing platforms, 4 7.62mm machine guns, and 2 50 caliber machine guns, all cast integral with the gunner figures. A few of these show some casting misalignment that will need cleanup. Some scraping and filing will do the trick. I fully understand these type of kits need to be resin and metal from an economic standpoint. I'd rather have them in the game than not. Battlefront will just never sell enough of these to warrant the tooling costs for a plastic kit. So it's great to have the Feltvogn available for the game. How will they go on the table? Feltvogn are support choices available as both anti-tank and recon options in Norwegian forces. Danish forces have the Recon Scout Group in 240 GDs as a support option. They can take up to 2 groups of them. If we look at the stats for the Norwegian Feltvogn TOW anti-tank section, you can take a pair of these for 2 points. It's a cheap AT option, but a 2-vehicle section mounted in utility vehicles is a bit fragile. A risk for morale tests if they're hit. It's an unarmoured tank team with the Scout and thermal imaging special rules. Scouts can stay gone to ground if they're in cover and don't shoot or assault. That extra +1 to be hit in cover might help you keep these alive as you manoeuvre them into position for a shot. Courage, morale and rally are all 4+. Skill is 3+. They don't have a rating for assault or counter-attack. Makes sense. I'm not sure what close assault with a TOW missile would look like, and I'm guessing the crews don't want to know either, as a lack of a counter-attack rating means they'll disengage and fall back if assaulted. The G-Wagen is hit on a 4+, and has a 4+ tank save rather than an armour value to beat. Tactical move is 10 inches or 25 centimetres. Cross-country dash is 20 inches and road dash is 48. These things can honk along on the tarmac. However, as a wheeled vehicle, cross in difficult terrain is a 4+. The improved TOW missile has a 48-inch or 120 centimetre range, with an 8-inch or 20 centimetre minimum range. Rate of fire is 1 halted. AT is 21 and firepower is 3+. The missile has the guided and heat special rules. Heat means the warhead is affected by special armour like ERA and bazooka skirts. Guided means there's no to hit penalty for targets over 16 inches. There's a 7.62mm AA machine gun as well. Not sure where they mount it, but the stats for it are there. The Norwegian Recon Troop has similar stats, minus the missile but plus a 50 caliber machine gun option. They lose thermal imaging for infrared, but gain the spearhead rule to push out forces during deployment. Troops are 2 points for 150 cal and 2 7.62mm armed vehicles, or 3 points for 2 50 cals and 3 machine guns. I guess that's why there's 5 vehicles in the box. Denmark's Scout Group is similar. Their skill is a little less at 4+, and they don't have any night optics, but they do have spearhead. The only unit option is the Scout Group of 4 vehicles for 3 points, all armed with MG3 machine guns. However, they also get the option to fire the M72 anti-tank rocket. That's only short range, but might do some damage if the unit is assaulted by light armour. So that's the Feltvogn Recon Troop for Team Yankee. It was always going to be a resin and metal kit, but good to have them in the game. The large mating surfaces on the wheels made for a solid bond to the hull, but alignment was still an issue. I still got some rock and roll once they were glued on. There was also some casting misalignment on some of the wheels and crew figures that needed attention. Nothing deal-breaking, just needed some cleanup. At the moment, it's only an option for Norway and Denmark, but given the ubiquity of the G-Wagen, I'd be surprised if it didn't show up in other lists eventually. The options for 2 different guns and an anti-tank missile gives you lots of ways to field these. Thanks once again to Gold City Computers for sending me this box set for review. They're based in Queensland, about 4,500 kilometres from me, but they're happy to ship your purchase. Australia is big, and buying through a local hobby shop isn't always an option. If you do need to order online, I encourage you to check them out. I'm always happy to acknowledge and promote a kit sponsor for the channel, but I'm actually a paying customer too. My box of S-Tanks is currently on its way from them. Gold City post on social media requesting pre-orders before new Team Yankee releases, and offer regular discounts. I'll include all their contact details and links in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.